Jordan Peterson is a religious nut who we are going to be, which we're going to be looking at is he is a climate change denier, which is very interesting. What we're going to be looking at is, and you could find more of these if you really search through them, but basically he tweeted out a ton, and the recent one wasn't that long ago. He'll tweet out these articles that are climate change denier articles. And I'm going to read some of these. And here's something funny that I want to mention as well. Most of the time where you're finding these articles that are, anti-climate change, they're always some random ass website. Like this website's name is What's Up With That. Like What's Up With That is in like a play on Watts. Like what the fuck? What site is that? Some random ass site. Because there's no credible actual arguments against that. And one of the articles that he cited was actually from Patrick Moore, who is getting funded through the fossil fuel industry, and Potholer54 has done responses too. But here are just some of the examples of this. He posted saying, and this is an article that he cited, he said, properly placed NOAA weather stations show no warming over the last decade. Global warming guru disavows climate change, thinks robots taking over anyway. What the fuck? Despite fervent apocalyptic wishes, intransigent home planet appears to be cooling. Ooh, home planet appears to be cooling. That's pretty crazy. Too much ice in Antarctica. Penguin shivering. Jesus Christ, this is really bad. Okay, we got all kinds of climate change denial, which is fucking insane, obviously. But I also want to pivot a little bit to this video clip that I have here. So Jordan Peterson was asked about climate change. He got checked because he was asked, why are you focusing on these random, feminist and college campuses or whatever when there are real issues out there that have nothing to do with that? So check that out here.
Simultaneously, others are corrupting the ecological foundations, the social foundations. Democracy is arguably dying. There are real problems that are existential threats at a different level.
There's a
multiple,
whole large variety of existential
And I don't
threats.
think that's happening principally because some people are being taught feminist theory in the University of Toronto. It's not that. It's something else, much bigger and broader and deeper, that when people raise these issues, you focus on that small issue, not the big ones that they're worried about.
Well, it depends on the issue, I suppose. I would say that
climate change, for example, just for argument's sake.
Well, what should I say about climate change?
Well, what should you do?
Did you drive here?
No, I didn't.
What did you do? How did you get here?
I took public transport.
Okay, well,
But that's not really. But again, that's hardly the point.
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing that he actually got stumped there. But the idea that because somebody would be driving a car would mean that they don't care about climate change, or that you can't care about climate change and drive a car when that's like one of the most realistic things you can do, of driving a car, and one of the biggest necessities just to transport anywhere. It's really difficult to go through other means of transportation. People need that. And so what you're talking about is we need to be able to make a move towards, green energy and, renewable energies. But at the moment right now, there is not a situation in which people can do that. But one person isn't going to be able to change that. It's going to take all of society to be able to do that. And so as a society, we have to make to moving it actually, realistic and affordable to be able to use renewable energy through transportation methods. So it's pretty embarrassing, man. Jordan Peterson, that is really embarrassing.